Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman, Wargamer. It's part 4 of my playthrough of Combat, a tactical solitaire game designed by Ross Mortell and published by Compass Games. In the last video we had quite a few of the Germans now deciding to rout, and let's see if the AI can try and rally them. But at the end of the last video, I made a little misplay with Private Goldstein, who I moved out of the house. But of course, he could have seen and had a shot at Soldat Wolf there. So for the sake of completeness and to save him from moving out the building, if it's okay with you, we'll retro that and have him have a go at the German. So he had a run and gun. Pop that on there to remind us. And Wolf had a hide in the open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away with the BAR no modifier. Wolf is in the open with a hide. That's going to be a -2. He already has a -2. That's a -4. So to actually hit Soldat Wolf, he's got to throw a 0. Not much of a chance, but with the run and gun, you have to fire anybody that you have line of sight. So it's only fair he has a go. And he would have fired twice. So basically we're just checking to see if he gets low ammo. Here's the first one. 1, all nearly. And a 2. Low numbers, but not low enough. Right, that's sorted. I feel a bit better for getting that done. The other thing before we start, we've got some reinforcements coming in. And we've got 4 of them coming in here. So we'll draw those from the bag of doom we used right at the beginning. So we've got a red one here. Another red one. Blue. And another blue. That equals it out. Now these will be given orders, of course, but they'll be given orders the Germans got at the start of the game. We'll roll and see what they get. That's to basically ensure that they sort of move this way. So here we go with turn 4, and we're on the sequence of play, and it says if a player does not currently have any cards in his hand, he may draw 1 card from the friendly orders deck. We haven't got any, but what I'll do first before we start, as always, is give them a quick shuffle just to put everybody's mind at rest, including mine. There's no shenanigans going on. There we are. And American deck. Right. Let's have a look. Oh, it's an order. So this will happen when we place it down here. But it says no leaders may be given the plan order this turn. Well, as I mentioned in the last video, we're not going to do that if we can get away with it, because we've only got 6 men. One of them is badly wounded. I don't think that's going to happen. But again, quite high, 70 for Baker, 42 for Charlie. So we'll leave that there. And now let's give the Americans their orders. So orders for the Americans. This one I want to keep around. Now he has line of sight out of this depression. As long as I don't give him a sneak, hide, rally or reload order where he's crouching down. That does mean this one can see him as well, but I think we'll give him an aimed fire. There we are. So only firing every other impulse. I think we'll keep Goldstein in that building because of these and these guys here. So I think an aimed fire for him as well. Miller, though, we might want to bring him round because of these other Germans coming into play. Yeah, this one's routing, so we'll be routing sort of back that way. So yeah, I think we'll bring Miller round here. We'll use an evade, I think, which will allow him to move every impulse. So that's Baker. Now Charlie, these are both routing now, so they'll be moving back that way. We can see this one. I think we might start to move these across as well. Or should we keep them there for one more turn? As long as Corporal Thomas stays within 2 hexes of Lozano, he'll get a +1 to his die roll when he tries to rally. So we know that Lozano is going to try and rally, so he'll be staying put in that hedge. There is that victory point up there. Let's give Douglas here the dreaded run and gun. I want him to move across this way. Shall we get Corporal Thomas to try and get this victory hex and then move him across? Let's give him a run and gun as well. So there we are. That's the Americans done. It's now the Germans. So we'll do the red ones first. Now this one, just in shot here, is not going to be given an order from one of the cards, as I mentioned earlier. For this turn, they will follow one of these. So let's do that. So that top German, 6-sided die. 3. He gets an evade 5. There we are. So he's coming straight down. This one, again off of that table. A 5. And that's a sneak 5. All creeping along the edge there. That's for him. So next would be this. And we're using the German cards. This will also give the initiative 55. Now he is routing. He's routing in the 3 direction. What's his condition? He's got a bad wound. Now the rules say if he has line of sight to a spotted friendly character, he'll move in the direction specified on the card, which is sort of that way. But if he hasn't got a line of sight to a spotted friendly character and he is in cover, he will try and rally. but he's got this line of sight, so I think that will make him rout. He's got a bad wound, so the only movement order he can be given is a sneak. So a sneak 3 for him. There we are. Hope that's right. Next is the unknown soldier. And he's normal. It's in the open. So he's going to be given an evade 1. Right. They're all doing their own thing. At least that might bring him out into the open. So we can spot him. Shaken for Soldat Krauis. He's in the open though, on the road. But he is shaken. He's going to sprint, but I don't think he can. He's got a light wound. Let's just check. He can't be given a sprint order, so he has to come down 1, which is an evade. There we are. That's it for the Reds. Oh, I think you've given them the wrong one. Should have been an evade 3. Sorry about that. Sorry. There we go. So that is all the Reds done. Now it's the Blues. First one will be this one, routing 37. But he's routing. He will be routing in a 2 direction because he can see friendly unit. Light wound. Can't be given a sprint order. So that's another evade. And this time it's 2. There we are. There we go. Next, we've got this one, which is coming off of that table. And this one as well. That's a, whoops, that's a 2. That's an evade 6-5. There we go. And this one, a 6. And that's a sneak 6. Next turn, of course, these would be given orders from the deck, but that's those done. Who's next? We've got this shaken Soldat Hahn here with a light wound. He's in cover in the rocks. Shaken. Oh, he's going to try and rally. There we are. This one's routing. He's got a bad wound, so he's going to be sneaking in a 2 direction. Oops, sorry about that. Somebody trying to phone. What were we doing? This one. He's going to sneak, I think, in a 2 direction. There we go. And lastly, this one, cautious, with a light wound. Hold that wolf. He's in the open yet. Cautious. Evade 3-2. He's trying to get back up that way. There we go. That, I think, is everybody done. Right, let's sort out the initiative track. So first, we've got the blue German team. Next, I think it's Charlie with 42. Then it's the Reds with 55. And Baker with 70. There we go. That's the initiative done. So we're ready for Impulse 1. Just before we start Impulse 1, a couple of things I want to mention. When a unit has a rout morale and is wounded, it can't be given a sprint order. So I've been saying it's the next one down, it's an evade. But in the rule it says use the fastest possible order from the following list: sprint, run and gun, then evade. So I'm thinking, oh dear, I've done it wrong. But checking on BGG, the designer, Ross Mortell, has said that a routing unit cannot fire. So run and gun is equivalent to an evade. So that's okay. I'll keep the evade there rather than put in a run and gun in case I get confused. And the second thing is, I haven't actually mentioned anything about the victory points. You of course get victory points for eliminating the German units, but you'll also get them if these, for instance, rout off the map. We'll get victory points for that. However, things that are near the bottom border, like this chap, if he decides to come back down this way, we will actually lose victory points. He's escaped. So here we go. Impulse 1. It's the blue team first. And the first one up is Soldat Abbas, who's evading in a 2 direction into cover. Now, this is where I get confused again. It's probably me, not the rules. For a duck back for the Germans, it says an enemy character will remove its order and replace it with a duck back order at the end of any impulse in which it enters cover, has a line of sight to a spotted friendly character, which it does. Friendly is us, of course. And passes an unmodified troop quality check. This will also apply to routing enemy characters. However, when we look at the routing rules, an enemy character with a morale state of rout that does not have a line of sight to a known enemy character. He's lost line of sight to this one now because I think it's clipping those trees, so he can't see any of his comrades, and is in cover, will make a TQC, troop quality check, and if successful, the character must select a rally order. If it fails, troop quality check, the character will move as one above, which I think it would do if it didn't have the route order. So the way I read this, he's now going to do a troop quality check. We'll just have a look at his stats. He's got a light wound, which will knock 1 off his troop quality to a 4. I did see mentioned in Board Game Geek that it was a morale check, but no, it says a troop quality check, and that just means you either pass or fail. A morale check would be a drop in morale, so it's not that. So we'll do a troop quality check. If he passes, he will get a duck back, and at the start of the next turn, he will get a rally order, which could be dodgy for us. So 4 or less. He gets a 4. So if I'm reading this right, and please tell me if I'm not, he's passed his troop quality check, and that now turns into a duck back, which will turn into a hide at the next impulse. And then the following turn, if I've read these rules right, it said it must immediately get a rally, but I assume that means he will get a rally next time we do the orders. For now, he's hunkering down in the hedge. Remember, these impulses are only a few seconds long. So that's how I'm reading it, using the two lots of rules together. As I say, let me know if I've not got that right. But that's what we'll do for now. Sort of makes sense as well. He's routing back into the hedge, seen these, knows these are here, so he's ducking back. Can't see Soldat Moller there. So that's what we'll do. Next is one of the reinforcements. He's going to be evading in a 6 direction for the first impulse. And then we've got this other one here who's sneaking, so nothing happening on this impulse. He's rallying, so he's doing nothing. This one's sneaking, again doing nothing. And lastly, Wolf is evading in a 3 direction into the long grass, which doesn't block line of sight. It's got a sort of half obstacle size. I'll only block it if it's one of those crouching down orders: sneak, hide, rally, or reload. So that's blue. Next it's Charlie. Up here we've got the Corporal Thomas, with a run and gun. Now, maybe I should have given him that because he's got to move, and I want to keep him within 2 hexes of Lozano because he's got a leadership of 2, which will add a +1 to his die roll when he tries to rally. So we'll have to move him out of cover into the field, though these aren't doing much, and neither is this one. So we're pretty safe. Lozano, of course, is just trying to rally himself, and Private Douglas is going to run and gun. I think we're moving here, so you can still see these, and this one, I think, nothing's clipping. No, that looks okay. That's Charlie done. Next is the red team for the Germans. We've got this one. He's evading in a 5 direction. He's coming straight down onto this one, but this one is sneaking, so he won't be doing anything this impulse. Excuse me. I'll pop a couple of cubes on there to let me know they've finished. Evading 1. He's coming out of here. Quite sure what the Germans are up to. This one's evading in a 3 direction. He's going into the rocks. So you can see all these Americans encroaching. And that, I think, is it. It's just Baker team now. He's aim firing and won't be doing anything during this impulse. He's aim firing as well, is Private Goldstein, so He's staying put. You can see this one. Let's try and spot him. Let's see if he can spot him. Going through the long grass, but as I said, it's only sneak and hide and rally or reload. They're not doing those. So we can try and actually spot the... See where he is. Yeah, you can try and spot all those. I don't think you can do this one because of the hedge. It's just clipping there. So he can try and spot. So let's see. Baker might be. I don't think he can. Let's do this one first. So he's got troop quality of 4. Let's do this one first. I think we said we could do that. Yeah, it's just going through the long grass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got an evade. He's actually in the open. That's actually a +1. So he needs a 5 or less. Yeah. What have we got? Soldat Schreiber. So he's now known. Let's try these. Excuse me. This one first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Evade in the open. So 10 away is still just in the 0. Evade is that +1 again. A 5 or less. 5. Whoops, hold on. 5. So this top one is seen, and we've got Soldat Jaeger. We'll pop him underneath for now. And this one is sneaking. So hold on. Yeah, he's going to be blocked by that long grass because he's crouched down. And it goes through the long grass. So yes, he can't be seen. So he's safe for the moment. Let's get this back together. Put that to the side to remind me there's another one under there, because you know what I'm like. So that is now Goldstein done. Well, we're going to move him round here to try and deal with any of these that encroach down towards us. So we'll move him there. That means, of course, he can't see those now. So everybody has activated this impulse. Oh, hold on. I got this one, but he is sneaking, so he's doing nothing. So there we are. We've actually finished. So we'll remove the blocks. There we go. And we're actually ready for Impulse 2, which has really been already moved onto there. Apologies. It's that blooming cat again. First up are the blues. And this one here straight away is going to go to hide. So we'll pop that on there. Next up is this one. He's going to evade in a 5 direction now. So he's coming down here. But this one, which we'll do next, is coming across on top of that with a sneak. Tell you what, let's put the other one that he's been seen like that. And pop those on. Next up, Soldat Hahn is still rallying. This one, Schultz, is sneaking in a 2 direction. He's going back into those logs. And then lastly, Wolf is evading in a 3 direction. Oh, just realised that's got turned over. It's actually a 3-2. So again, little mishaps with little feet and me putting it back on the wrong way, I think. So he's moving in a 2 direction, which will bring him, oh dear, right into virtual contact with Private Douglas. That, I think, is it. So yeah, sorry about that. Must have knocked it off and put it back on the wrong side. It is now Charlie. So Private Lozano is still trying to rally himself in the hedge. Private Douglas has now got to do a gun to this soldier, Soldat Wolf. So let's have a look and see what's going on with him. He's in a bad way. He's got a run and gun, of course. So he's 1 away with his M1. That will give him a +2. However, that's negated by the run and gun -2. So he's still on 5 for his weapon skill. Wolf is evading in a hedge. Oh dear, that's a -2. So he's down to a 3 for his weapon skill. Let's see how he gets on. Oh, well done. Private Douglas gets a 3. Let's see what he gets. Another bad wound. I think that's his lot. Yeah, another bad wound will give him 3, 6, 7. Yeah, that's more than 5. He is eliminated. Pop that back on there with one of those. And we'll tidy that up. Well done, Douglas. And it's just Corporal Thomas now. Now, who's it going to fire at? Yeah, this one might be rallying next turn. I think I might have made a mistake with this one. When he moved into the hedge, maybe I should have done a similar thing to what I did with that soldier. But anyway, too late now. And we're not doing too bad anyway. So I think we might be best off trying to stop this one. So let's see what we've got. He's hiding, routing, of course, with a light wound. Whereas Thomas has his run and gun, so that might not be... Oh, he's got low ammo. Yes, forgot about that. He's aggressive, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got the grease gun, of course. Unfortunately, doesn't get any modifier. He's hiding in the hedge. That's a -3. That's no good at all. That's going to bring him down to 0. There's a sneak in the hedge, and he better. It's only a -2. No, I'm going to belay that. Now we've worked it all out. Take our chance with him possibly rallying. Let's try this one. He's out of ammo and a bad wound. Yeah, it's our sniper, isn't it? Or their sniper. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's still a 0. He's in the hedge with a sneak, as we said. That's only a -2. And Thomas has a -2 for his run and gun. So that'll bring his weapon skill of 5 down to 1. I think that's it. So he needs a 1 or a 0. And he's throwing 3 dice. Let's hope he doesn't throw a 9. First, 7. 6. Nearly an 8. Misses. Mind you, he has got the pistol, the M1911, which you can use if he does get out of ammo with his grease gun, but he had no luck there. I'll do this up quickly. That's Charlie done. We are now on to the red team, and it's going to be this one. He's sneaking in a 3 direction. They can now see each other. Does this mean that he won't try to rally now? He'll continue routing. We'll have to have a think about that. Next is, did I miss one down here? No, they're both red. He's sneaking in a 5 direction, so he's moving down here. And he's evading in a 5 direction. Hold on, let's swap those around. Excuse me. So not much happening there. Oops. There we are. Oh, crikey. Get on there. That's those done. He's evading in a 1 direction, coming back that way. And lastly, this one evading in a 3 direction. Oh, it's going to go on top of that one there. That's that. That's all the red's done, I think. It's just Baker now. He can actually fire on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's nothing on the range, though. Oh, he's got some wounds. He is in the logs. He's sneaking. I don't think he can be seen then. No, he can be seen, even though he's sneaking, because it doesn't pass through a log hex. If he was here, for instance, then it's passing through this log hex here. But as he's in that hex, I believe he can be. Again, let me know. So he's sneaking in the logs. Sneaking in the logs is a -2. That'll bring his weapon skill down to 2. So they're a bit harder to hit this time. 2 or less. 6, no luck. I'll pull this back. That's Woodruff done. Miller will evade, of course, over here, I would think. Probably move out here next time so we can see these. That's him done. Goldstein. Certainly can't see that one through the rocks. I think we checked before with this one. I think it's just clipping those rocks. Yeah, just clipping here. You can see this one though. One that isn't sneaking. So he can try for Schreiber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, M1. No, he's got the BAR. 6 is a 0. He's going to fire 2 shots. He's evading in the long grass. That's a -1. So his weapon skill has now gone down to 3. So 3 or less, 2 shots. Don't throw a 9. 8. Oh, no. Oh, wow. That's a super hit. His morale goes up to bold, which gives him a +1 on his troop quality. Well done. So let's see what happens to Schreiber. Hey, I don't believe it. He's KIA'd straight away. What a shot. Well, it's not surprising. Throwing a 0. No wonder his morale's gone up. That's him gone. And there will be a KIA under that one. I think they're there just to basically remind you of your victory points, even though I'm keeping them over to the side there. But well done. Goldstein does it again. Oh, that will never do. That is everybody, I think. I don't think I've missed anybody. Getting a bit scattered now. So we remove the blocks. There we go. And we move on to Impulse 3. So blue team, now this is where I'm not sure what's going on, because he can now see another enemy. And if I'm reading it right, he will now not try and rally. He will continue to rout in the next turn, of course. But for now, he's hiding. So he's done. He's rallying, so he's not doing anything. Sneaking, nothing in the third impulse. These are both red under there, aren't they? Yep. He's doing nothing, sneaking. That's it. It's now Charlie. Well, Corporal Thomas will be running, so I'll move him here so he's actually nearer this victory hex, but still 2 away from Lozano, who is still rallying. Now he's got to run. Now what are we going to do? We're going to move him over here. Can still fire at that one, but he's going to be routing again, I think, if I'm reading it right. So let's move him here. And this one's going to go behind the hedge. I think he will be able to be seen. So that's Charlie done. Red. This one is doing nothing at the moment because we're in the third impulse. This next impulse he'll be moving. Evading in a one direction. He's coming across. Maybe to give some help. This one is sneaking. So nothing happening for him in this impulse. The one below is evading in a 5 direction, so coming straight down. That's it. Oh, and this one evading in a 3 direction. He's moving across to these rocks here, so I don't know what's going on. That is it, I think. Just Baker. Aimed fire, nothing happening with Woodruff. Aimed fire, nothing happening with Goldstein. And he's evading. Let's move him out. I'm not firing this turn. He's going to be able to get into cover here. Let's move him out there. There we are. Very quick impulse for impulse 3. I think that's all okay. Right, let's get rid of the old blocks. There we go, and we're ready for the last impulse of turn 4. Blue team up first for this last impulse. He's hiding. He's rallying. He's sneaking. He still can't be seen though because he's crouching down with a sneak order. He could be a problem. Yeah, Miller can't see him. Goldstein can't see him. It's going through that hex. Sneaking in a 2 direction. Coming back into the rocks. That's it for the blues. So Charlie, run and gun, he's got to fire. Let's do the nearer one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with his grease gun. That's a 0. Sneak in the hedge is Moller. -2. He's got a weapon skill of 5 with a run and gun, so that's a -4 altogether. So a 1 and a 0. He's got to throw 3 though. 4. No. Second shot. Oh, I thought it was going to be a 0 then. No. Again, an 8. No good. Wide of the mark. Rallying. And run and gun. He can have a go. He's in the rocks, but he can be seen. Sneak. Can he be seen? I think he might. If a character in a rocks hex has certain orders, hide, rally, or reload, then the maximum result that can be obtained against it by direct fire is a morale check. But he hasn't got those. He's not being blocked. This one is blocked, of course, if we're looking across here. So he can fire on him. He's got a sneak. 1, 2, 3 away. That will give him a +1, which he'll need because he's got that run and gun. He's sneaking in the rocks. Oh, crikey, that's a -3. So that's a -2 with his +1 range. and then another -2, so he needs a 0. There's nobody else he can fire at. He could fire at, this is going to be blocked by this tree, I think. Could fire at Mr. Hyde in the hedge. That's still a -3, so yeah. Well, let's have a go. He's got to fire because he can see him. So let's just check. -3, -2 for the run and gun. That's a -5, but a +1 for the range. That's a -4. He's got a weapon skill of 5, so a 1 or a 0. No, 8. That's Charlie done. It's now the red team. First of which is this one here. He's evading over there. He's evading here. What else we got? Sneaking 5 and evading 5. So we'll just move those like that. They're being very cagey, the pair of these. Is that it? Oh no, this one. Evade 3. He's just moving further away because of his wounds and things. Yeah, light wound and shaken, so he's moving out of it. I think that's it. It's just Baker. Can he fire? He can have a go at this one again, but I don't think he's going to have much luck. Can't see through here. So he's going to fire at this one here. Schultz. He's got to sneak in the rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 0 for range. Sneak in the rocks. Oh, -3. He's got a weapon skill of only 4. So that's a 1 or a 0. Three. No luck. He's going to evade here so he can see. I'll see him. See him if his order changes. Can't see him at the moment, but if he moves, where's he going to be moving? Yeah, he's going to be moving down here. No, here, so he will be able to be seen. That's his lot. Goldstein can't see any of those, or that one because of the hedge. Don't think. I think we checked last time, didn't we? If one of them has a sneak, hide, rally, or reload, they can't be seen. So he's hunkered down in the grass. So that's him done. And that's everybody. So once again, let's remove the cubes. There we are. That's the end of Impulse 4. And that's the end of the turn. And I've just realised this one we haven't been able to spot. We can now possibly have a go and see what that actually is next turn. But there we are. That's the end of turn 4. Next, we'll get rid of the orders except for these two, because they've got rally orders on them. So the rally order is worked out slightly different for Lozano, who will do first. It says here, it's modified by wounds, but not morale. And also he's going to get this +1, not to his die roll, to his troop quality. So for this, he's got a -3 on his troop quality, but then a +1 because of Corporal Thomas, so that brings it back up to 2. So he's got to throw 2 or less. No, good job it wasn't a 9, otherwise we'd have to decrease his morale, so no change there. For Soldat Hahn, it's a little bit different. For his rally check, this is going to be modified by wounds and his current morale state. Let's have a look. Shaken. So he's having a 3 come off of his troop quality, so he needs to throw a 1 or less. Eight. Oh, nearly. If he'd have thrown a 9, he'd have gone down to rout. There we are. So that's the rally phase. So all that's left to do now is to take the initiative counters, off. Discard those. Move that back to impulse 1 and move our turn marker up to turn 5. But as always, I think we'll leave it there and conclude part 4 of my learning to play playthrough of Combat, a tactical solo game designed by Ross Mortell and published by Compass Games. As always, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you haven't done so already, I would very much appreciate it if you would at least consider subscribing to the channel, because it does help. Pushing the like button, the thumbs up underneath the video helps tremendously with that old algorithm. And if you wish to be informed of other content the channel uploads, then push the bell. But just make sure you push all notifications, otherwise YouTube might not tell you. As always, I love to read your comments, especially if I've made a boo-boo somewhere or to point me in the right direction. Everybody's very helpful. For instance, I'm not quite sure if I've played this right with the rally route malarkey over there. So let me know if it's okay, or no, I did it wrong, and we might better put that right in the next one. Or just tell me you're enjoying it, or let me know what you think of the game. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you so much. And as always, just quickly before I go, if you wish to support the channel a little bit further, you can buy the channel a coffee. The link for that is in the description. Or if you wish, you can push the super thanks button that's situated underneath this video. Of course, it's not obligatory, but if you decide to do it, thank you so much, as those donations just help the channel to keep ticking along. Right then, looking at this, I'm not sure if we're going to finish the whole scenario because most of the Germans are routing, but we'll have to see. Still got a couple of unknown soldiers up the top there. So watch this space to see what happens. And I hope you can join me for that. But until then, as always, you take care and goodbye.